Hey everyone, today we're going to look at making SkyBalls, and this is part of your flight badge level 1 where you have to make something that can use a parachute. So what we have here is one plastic bag. We're going to use try a toilet roll bag for this. You want the plastic for the chute. You sort of want something that will crinkle up and start opening up on its own. If it stays crinkled up, then the chute's not going to really open. Now I've tried a freezer bag as well and found that that actually did not open up very well at all. So you want something probably a little bit thicker, a little bit stiffer. You want 2 balloons, at least 8 pieces of string approximately 30 centimeters in length. A little bit longer will be fine. A pair of scissors, a funnel, 1/3 cup of rice, and an empty bottle. Now the empty bottle, we're only going to use it, make sure it's dry on the inside to fill up one of the balloons. Okay, so the first step, put the funnel inside the drinking bottle and make sure the drink bottle is actually clean. Now, as I said, you can use any bottle you like as long as the balloon opening can go over it. So get your 1/3 cup of rice and pour it into the container and give it a bit of a shake. Okay, remove the funnel and then we can put this one aside. Now, the next step is I'm going to get one of the balloons, this blue one, I'm going to blow it up. We're going to twist the end of it around to keep the air in it. And then what we'll do is we're actually going to pinch it around here and using both hands try and put it over the neck of the bottle. Okay, you can see here I've blown the balloon up, I twisted it, fed the mouth of the balloon over the bottle, and what we do then next is we get the bottle and we tip it upside down and we shake all the rice into the container. Now, the reason why we actually blow it up first is because you wouldn't be able to get the rice into the balloon if you didn't do it. So then hold the end, disengage it from the bottle, and then what you want to do is let all of the air out of it. Okay. And then that is roughly the size of what our stress ball is going to be, okay? About that, which is a good hand to actually use for throwing and put a bit of weight into it. So I'm now going to remove all the air out of it, and the next step we're going to cut off the excess part of the balloon as we don't need that. Then we're going to stretch the opening of the second balloon as much as we can and then slowly work it over the top of the blue balloon. Now what I found is if you open the balloon up and work your fingers all the way down to the bottom, it's like a tight shower cap. So then what you want to do, this is where your parents' help will come in. Just use your fingers and slowly just roll the balloon into the second balloon until it's totally in there, and work it down with your knuckles. And then once you've got it in there, just make sure that get your fingers out, and then we tie off, make sure all the air of it is out, and then you tie off this balloon. Now we are actually going to leave this part actually on because we're going to tie the parachute to this part. Alright, the next stage we've got to do is actually making the parachute. So what we're going to do here is I'm just using a large toilet bag I suppose you could call it. Now I'm going to open it up into a flat sheet by cutting through the top of the bag, the bottom of the bag, and down the seam side to open up to a flat sheet. You can see I've now cut the bag into a flat sheet. So what we're going to do is find the rough middle of the sheet, which would be around this 3-ply, and what we're going to do is make a whole circle like that with the hands, and we're going to pull the material through until we're near the ends of the plastic. So you end up holding it similar to this. Now where my hand is, we're going to cut the plastic just above where the hand is. Okay, so here you can see that by the last exercise we just did, we pretty much made a circle. Not the best circle in the world, but it's not too bad. So from this point, what we're going to do is fold it in half across this way. Fold it in half again, which will be quarters, and then we fold it in half yet again, like so on. Okay, and then what we'll do is we'll cut in a rough circular shape along the bottom here, which will give us even a more rounded shape when we actually open it up again. Alright, once we've made the cut along this section here, what we're going to do is fold it one more time, like such. And what we're going to do is put a little nick where my little finger is there, about 1 centimeter in from the edge. Now you only want a little nick because that's where we're going to feed the string through to make the parachute. To make the knot of the string, what you're going to do is feed it through the whole little nick that you made, cross your string over the other string, feed it through the hole that you just the loop, pull it tight. So this is the same as what you do with your shoelaces when you first start up, and then repeat. Now when you're actually doing it, try and get this knot as close to the end of the string as you can. So you've only got a little tail there. Then put your string in the middle of the plastic. Now the next step we're going to do is going to get all these, start again. What we're going to do next is then turn the chute over, and we're going to repeat what we did before. So we grab the center of the parachute, pull it up through your hand to make a point like that, feed it all the way through until you get to the end of the strings. Okay, make sure they're all straight. And then what we'll do is we'll wrap it around near the end again and tie it off like such. And again, try and work the knot down towards the end of the string that we just tied off like that. Okay, and then your chute is almost done. From the knot we just made from the bottom of the parachute, tie a piece of string just above the knot, and this piece of string only needs to be maybe about 10 centimeters long. So what we're going to do is tie the other end around the top of the balloon there near the other knot. Here we go, our SkyBall is now done. Now how do you pack the chute? What you do is you make it into a point, you'll fold it in half as such, you'll fold it in half again, and then what you do is you wrap the string around, a lot tighter than what I'm doing in this video here, around like that. You pick the two up together and you throw it. Now the chute should actually open up when you throw it, and gently lower it down to the ground. What you can do as an experiment is you can try different types of plastics on the chute. So I found different types of plastic give you different results. As I said, the freezer bag didn't work, it didn't open up, where a crinkly bit of garbage bag actually worked quite well. If you want the chute to stay closed a little bit longer, when you are wrapping it up, instead of going around the right one way all the way, go around once, cross it over, and then wrap it around the other way to form like a plus sign. Then go back the original way, around the other way. So that should get the chute to open a little bit longer. What you can also do is when you put the parachute into a point sign, just take a little nip out the top of it in the middle, so you've got a hole in the middle of the chute, not too big, and see what actually happens when the chute actually opens up and how the behavior actually is for the item falling to the ground at that stage. So that's it for this video, and we'll touch base again next Monday night at our CUB meeting, and we'll see how you went with it. Enjoy.